World War I and II hero James Montgomery Falsworth had built up a legacy of being the United Kingdom's hero, Union Jack. During Falsworth's last moments, the working class Joey Chapman stepped up to challenge and learn to take up the legacy as Union Jack the Ripper. Previously, around the globe, superhumans with a connection to the dark force dimension simultaneously lost control of their powers. The eruption blacked out the sun, creating an eternal night, which has allowed vampires everywhere to launch a coordinated and brutal attack against humanity. Union Jack is attempting a one-man war on the vampire invasion, but needs more help than he's willing to admit. With his former teammate turned vampire Bulldog, Joe is going to find a way to save him, even if he dies trying. Blood Hunt, Union Jack the Ripper, Volume 1, Issue 2. At Rushmore Hospital in Manchester, UK, Edward Hardcastle, now a vampire, says, "Ripper, oh Ripper, where art thou, Ripper?" Not ready to step upon the stage just yet, flaunting Jack, that faithful state where we all are players. For shame, Ripper, I would have thought that you, of all men, would be keen to make your entrance, the hero who has played many parts. Edward Hardcastle continues his speech. "It is not time to remember things past, old man, to sit upon the ground and tell sad stories, not of kings, but of men who stood with them. A man of lowly birth, Knight of Pendragon, defender of the realm." Union Jack is surrounded by Captain America and Captain Britain in flashbacks. The Knights of Pendragon are a loose affiliation of individuals called to the service by the Green Knight, a mystical protector of Britain who resides in the Green Chapel in the realm of Avalon. He is engaged in an endless conflict with Bane. Joe Chapman, aka Union Jack, was a member. The other vampires just want to eat. Edward Hardcastle says, standing fierce and strong against the darkness, against barons, stepped in blood, whatever the cause, whatever the torment to fight, never ending. Once more upon the breach, dear friends, once more until the night fell, until the sun died in morning's flight. Even then the spirit of the Union survived, persisted, personified by one man, a hero of the people, Edward Hardcastle says, but not one they expected or even praised, an outcast who gave all and paid the price, cursed while the flag bearer hid. Union Jack was hiding while Winston the Bulldog fought for England. Bulldog Winston was first introduced in Union Issue 3, where he was recruited by Britannia for the Britannia Project as an English representative. However, he was not a team player and was left off the front line as a result. After Britannia's death, his position was reconsidered. He attacked Union Jack as a form of audition for the frontline team. When the structure caused the entire world to be engulfed in the dark force, Bulldog was blinded and turned into a vampire. He was then captured by Union Jack, who kept him chained up in Rushmore Hospital. Edward Hardcastle is calling for Union Jack to come out of hiding. Despite his injuries and bleeding, Union Jack wants to confront Hardcastle and fight. However, PC Mara Sial urges him not to be baited into going out there while he is so injured. Out of nowhere, a sonic blast hits Edward Hardcastle in the head, revealing that he is just a puppet to a master who does not want any apologies and thinks Edward is a fool. The master wants Union Jack's head on a spike and the blood of those he protects. He sends more vampires to find Union Jack and his companions. Alan, Judy, Helen, and Mara hear the vampires coming closer. Feeling the need to protect themselves, Alan picks up a sword. Union Jack has a lot of weapons stored away, and the team of companions must use them to fight off the vampires. Alan starts by using the sword to cut off the head of one of the vampires. Helen looks for a weapon that suits her and finds holy water bombs. Suddenly, the vampires surround Alan, and the sword is broken in one of their heads, leaving Judy crying in fear. Alan gets bitten by the vampires and tells Judy, "Don't look, close your eyes." PC Mara says she'll go because Union Jack will get himself killed, and Union Jack replies, "Yeah, maybe that's what I deserve." Judy is traumatized, but Helen grabs holy water balloons and drops them on the floor. Despite this, the vampires still crave fresh blood. Helen then takes a spike and drives it into the head of a charging vampire, causing it to run into the holy water and burn. She says, "Whoops, Sorry, did that hurt? Alan still has some fight left in him, but it's clear he is being turned. He stabs a vampire with his sword, but then Edward Hardcastle appears and says, "Excuse me, I beg to differ. You are done. I am afraid you don't get to say in the matter. You're the reason this all happened. You and all your pansy mates," as he steps on Alan. Just then the cavalry arrives. Union Jack with chains wrapped around his hands hits Edward Hardcastle right in the head and continues striking him. PC Mara follows up with gunshots to the head of other vampires. Union Jack and PC Mara are here to fight, Edward Hardcastle says. Finally, he shows his face, the coward who wears our flag. You still don't get this, do you? This is who we are, who we've always been, this wretched, a lot, the septic Isle of Right, to speak our minds, to stand up for ourselves, for good, decent people, but not anymore. Now we're free, and it's all coming out. The hate, the truth, the way it should be. Union Jack gets really mad at what he says, but there are some truths in what Edward Hardcastle says. Then Union Jack takes him down, grounding him and pounding him, hitting him over and over again while saying, "Shut up, shut up, shut up." PC Mara says, "Joe, stop it, it's over, he's gone." Union Jack, covered in blood, responds, "Are you sure about that, Mara? Maybe he was right. Maybe we don't need fangs to be monsters. Maybe the poison is always there, just beneath the surface. Bulldog took the fight to the bloodsuckers when I fell apart, and you saw what happened, what they did to him, the people we protected, the life he gave for them. But you heard him right. That bile he was spewing to Alan, to me. How do we know this isn't who they really are? That they're not the same filthy, vicious monsters? I'm searching for answers, wondering if I'm a monster myself. What about Bulldog, who was turned when I wasn't brave? Edward Hardcastle was never the master. Now he's controlling Bulldog." PC Mara says, "You're done. Finished with feeling sorry for yourself. Tell me this, Ripper. If everything's so bad, why were you out there tonight putting the wind up the vamps while your mates were chained up in the bathroom? And yet you're looking for the bastard who turned him. You're searching for a cure because Union Jack can't cure a man he can't find. And there he is, Union Jack, the hero you never liked, still fighting for Bulldog and feeling for him. They were teammates on the same team. Meanwhile, the master is controlling Bulldog, whispering, 'Don't listen to them, Bulldog. Don't believe them. Remember what I told you. They abandon you. They despise you.' As Bulldog looks on under the master's control, Union Jack and PC Mara discuss the next move, unaware of the manipulation taking place. Out of nowhere, Edward Hardcastle rises up right behind Union Jack. PC Mara has no clear shot as Edward Hardcastle starts removing the staples from the abdomen of Union Jack. Edward Hardcastle declares, 'The Ripper hurt my master, and my master hungers for that pain to be repaid tenfold.' There is no clear shot as Edward Hardcastle looms over Union Jack, threatening to end him. But out of nowhere, someone takes out Edward Hardcastle with precise shot from behind. The remains of Edward Hardcastle fell onto Union Jack's back, leaving both of them shocked as they turn to see who has come to their aid. It's Winston the Bulldog, who emerges and says, 'Don't know about you, Chief, but I've had it up to my ears with all this yapping inside and out. How about you and me quit moping and find the person who turned me into a bloody vampire? Sounds like a plan.' With Edward Hardcastle defeated, the Bulldog is no longer under the master's control. Union Jack is thrilled at the prospect of revenge, while PC Mara stands in the background, reminiscent of the old days with the Knights of Pendragon. Next, Blood Hunt, Union Jack the Ripper, Volume 1, Issue 3.